Hello everybody, happy Friday, hope you're doing very well, and I suppose it's time to look at number 2 from this little shirt opening, a shirt that I can keep as the other one was one that I was giving away as a present. Now I showed you a shirt last video from India of a team that play right at the bottom of the footballing pyramid, even if they're even not on the pyramid. I thought, you know what, it only is fair if I start showing off a shirt that is for a team from India that is possibly one of the most important, one of the oldest, most influential and successful teams from the country. So in here I have this one right now. So we've got one more shirt to show you, which I shall show you in the next video. And I don't think you're necessarily going to get too much from it. You have the bag, which comes with all sorts of wonderful stuff about the sizing. So that'll be interesting to make sure it does transfer across well. And there's the front. So it's a Nivea shirt. Okay, interesting. And then you've got the club colours there. Yeah, somewhat unique colours. You don't see it floating around too often. So if you do have any knowledge of Indian football, you may have an idea of who this is for. But here is the shirt. And there is the rear. So we've got this sort of green and maroon colour going on, primarily green. Now we've got nothing necessarily on the bottom there, with a little bit of white. And on the back of the neck, again, nothing standing out, just a little bit of the colour and design. We do have a sponsor. Let's bring it around to the front and see what is going on here. So we have the tags, which is great. And there we go. So it's a continuation of that colour scheme, though now we've separated into half. We have a green half and this sort of maroon half, and then we have the white trim running down the middle. Once again, we have plenty of sponsors floating around. We have the main one there, of course quite a few under the manufacturer, and the club crest. Everything here has been screen printed on the actual shirt, even including the patch, which is the Indian Super League celebrating 10 years there. So I will just hang this shirt up and explain to you what makes this club so great. Okay then, so there is a shirt and it's giving South American vibes. Many sponsors, interesting colour scheme, but who is the club? Well, it's Mohun Bagan, the super giant version of the club as they are now recently named. This is a home shirt from 2023-2024, so the recent season that's just finished. And of course it was bought from Classic Football Shirts with my 10% discount. It was £22.49, pretty well priced there. And you know what, they have all sizes still available. I think it's because it's a relatively recent addition to the Classic Football Shirt store. It's medium size. It says it's a 38-inch sort of chest, which is on the smaller side of a medium. So maybe if you are on the larger end of a sizing, maybe just size up, I guess, just to make sure. So the club is based in Kolkata, India, and they were founded in 1889, so a very old club there. Not too surprising, of course, British rule at that point, and of course the Brits invented and propagated the game of football that we so love. So they currently play in the Indian Super League. It'd be strange if they had the patch and didn't play there. And the season has recently finished towards the end of April. And you know what? Well, this club won the league. Yes, they are champions. They won it by 1 point, but 1 point is plenty enough when it comes to be champion. Now, the club is actually only one, that's actually their first league title of this version of the league, this iteration. They've had a few versions throughout the history of India. You've had local leagues and you've had sort of overall leagues, which means that the club is one of the most successful in the entirety of Indian football history. It's just that this current version, it's their first success. Now, when it comes to their rivals, they have a massive kind of understate how big rivalry they have with East Bengal. This is a rivalry that transcends football and sport. It goes beyond into politics and socials and sort of history and geography. It's one of those ones. And it's one of the most fiercely contested rivalries across the entirety of Asia, across the world. Whenever you look on sort of top 50 rivalries in world football, you should see this one here. It's got masses of attendance, as you would expect from India. And yeah, I was so glad to finally see just one of the shirts because I've never seen an East Bengal shirt for sale. From what I can tell, the current manufacturer don't add tags, so it's not going to be one for a while. But it's only recently I've seen a Mohan shirt appear. So as soon as it dropped, I was like, right, I'm going to have to grab one of those to add to my collection. It's manufactured by a brand called Nivea, which I think this is my third shirt. I have another one from India. I also have my Bhutanese shirt that was also manufactured by Nivea. So it's pretty cool. The shirts are fine. They're just cheap and cheerful, really. That's kind of all you expect. You know, it's a well-priced shirt, and it's a pretty cool one I've got there. It doesn't really have any unique identifiers, just a lot of sponsors going on there. The only thing that I could maybe think of is that they got a little bit of influence from the Adidas Teamgeist templates with the way it sort of floats down there, maybe a little bit, who knows. And when it comes to the colour scheme, you don't really see that sort of colour scheme too often in football, Fluminense style shirts going on. So I'm just super happy that I was able to grab this. It's a great price. If anybody's interested in sort of historically significant football teams from around the world that are a little bit more unique, this is definitely one that I would suggest to add to your collection. If you don't have any Indian teams, this is definitely a perfect way to start that, or if you just want the one, I don't think you could go wrong with getting one with such a storied club like this. So that's it, really. I'm getting close, you know, when it comes to the Indian Super League. It's not a big league. I've got quite a decent amount, though I think the Bengal shirt was going to be a bit of a difficult one to grab. So that is the end of the video. I have one more to show. It's for a club that maybe is a little bit more familiar to us European viewers, I guess. And it's one that I missed out on quite a few years ago. So I'm kind of glad that I was able to pick up a shirt for that club just recently. So that's it. Hope you have a great weekend ahead, and I'll see you next week with the final shirts. Goodbye.